So Virgo, I don't think I've done a card reading at all for Virgo in the few times that I've done card readings for social media, for the internet. And it wasn't on purpose. I never did all 12. Like I always just did whatever I had time for or whatever felt I was called to do in that moment. And Virgo just never came up. My mom's a Virgo, so I don't think that has anything to do with it. But all right, here goes Virgo. Full moon right now. It's in Scorpio, deeply emotional water sign. Virgo's an earth sign. Um, Water blends well with earth. You know, if you plant a seed in the earth and you water it, what happens? Life happens. Stuff springs up from the ground, turns into stuff like food or people. You know, plant a seed in the earth. You know. So, what message do we have for you, Virgo? At this full moon of illumination, full moons always bring truth to light that we need to face or hear or we were in the dark about. And this one is an eclipse, so it's a extra charged full moon, and it may be affecting some of you a lot more than others, but it is a more powerful, important moment, type of full moon. So whatever's happening now is related to 6 months before it, the last pair of eclipses, and will be connected to the 6 months down the road at the next pair coming up, the future eclipses. So we have the Magician. So the Magician is learning about the simple reality that life is magical and that it's not to be taken lightly. Because if you have the power to create whatever you want to create, what are you creating and what have you created? And now that you know that you can create whatever reality you want, are you going to act like it? Because other people know that reality too. And whatever you choose to do or whatever you create, they know that that's what you want because you have the ability to act on your wants and make them more or make them whatever you want them to be. So you're the magician, you're in control, life is magic, you're the creator that God is giving you, source, whatever you want to call it, is giving you the tools, the ability to dream shit into being, to manifest it. So what is it that you want to focus on and to bring forth in this world? What do you want to embody, to give body to see, spring forth into the flesh before you in this physical 3D world? What focus are you going to give to what and to what end? Now that you know, what is it? You know, that's the big kind of question right now, with this full moon for you is, yeah, I realize that it's all within my grasp. Anything I want, it's really going to be in my perspective, how I look at it. At every moment, nothing is out of my control or my choice. Not even when I feel like I have no choice, I do. When you feel like you have no control, that's where you find control. Um, Tools are all there for you, just waiting for you to pick them up and use them for whatever you want to. And I'm not going to tell you what's right and wrong, because what's right for me isn't going to be right for you. So do what's right for you and make sure that it's for the right reasons. And even if, be aware how that can affect other people. So when you do what's right for you, do it for you, but don't make other people do what you think is right for them, if that makes any sense. Because they're a magician in their own right, and they have their own magic that you can't grasp, and it's not for you to grasp. So stay in your lane and work your magic, because that's what we're here to do. Enjoy it. Nine of Swords. I think that realization, that reality, has been That's a truth that it's been hard to accept, realizing the fact that what you've made in your life, what your life is, has been largely pretty much all like you're choosing something deliberately or you're not realizing that you could choose something different. And that's a scary fucking like realization, to realize that you had the power the whole time, and that even the bad situations, that how they turned out, all fall back on you. Even when other people made choices that affected you in a bad way, you could have responded differently. Like realizing that you could have responded in a way to make things better versus just reacted in a way that just perpetuated the worstness, the badness of it. But you can't be hard on yourself. And I think you've learned that. I think you've learned that, okay, I could always criticize myself and negate everything, that all the good that I've done or wanted to do. But what's the point in that? What's there to gain? You could also just stop doing that old way of being and choose differently. Now that you know, you know, because you didn't know before, but now you do. So now you can act differently. You can act on that knowing, and you don't have to beat yourself up, because let's face it, you guys are so we are all our own worst critic and our best torturer, much less with other people that do it to us and that we believe. But you guys are the kings and the queens of beating yourself up for not being as good as you possibly can and should, and know that you can. Like, you guys know how you guys are so intelligent. You guys know the best way to go about doing things and the best way to see things and like the best way to get the outcome that you need. And that's why you guys are known for being like critics or nitpickers, because you guys really do know the best way to go about getting what needs to be done. But rather than just complain about how everything is wrong in the world, suggest, do something to improve it. Don't just be a negative naysayer, and don't do that to yourself. Is what I'm trying to say. Is just don't bring yourself down because you realize that you could have made better choices, or you could have made a different choice that may not have been better for you, but you realize how it could have been better for other people. Um, just choose differently. Give yourself mercy and compassion, and forgive yourself, and allow yourself the knowing that you didn't know any better. Like, you didn't mean bad. You didn't mean to hurt people when you could have chosen this or that. That would have been easier for them, or more loving, or shown more compassion or light or whatever. That you didn't do that wasn't good enough. Just don't do it again now that you know. Be merciful and give yourself that. It's okay. That self love. You didn't know any better. Now you do though. So now you can act better and be better. Yeah. You guys are, we're all hard on ourselves, but Virgos especially, because you guys see how good you can be. That's why. You guys know how good you can be, and you hold yourself to such standard that it's sometimes, probably all the time, unrealistic. No one's perfect. No one can be perfect. But when you try to be the best you can be, you're going to be better than. You're just going to be the best you can be, and that's so much beyond like what anyone else can be or strive to be. When you try to be your best, you're so better than anyone else's best. Like, only you can be like that. Only you can embody that level of goodness that you hold yourself accountable to. So just try to do the best you can, and it's going to be better than anyone else could have done. So just trust that, know that, because you guys are that good. It's not all bad. You guys are not critical just to be dicks. Just be constructive rather than destructive with your criticism. I told Gemini, words are powerful. They can wound or they can heal. Use them as medicine and not as swords to harm. Page of Wands. Go forth into the world like a child in wonder. There's new things now to experience. It's like the magician, knowing that you have magic and the world is magical and you can create any situation to be better than the old you. Go forth and act on that knowledge and do it with the innocence of a child that's kind of just like barely learning about this new power. Take the wisdom that you have now in your age now, but go and have fun with it like any child would, and just be smarter about it, you know, and constructive rather destructive. Like I said, there's a lot that you can do. There's a lot of fun to be had, especially now that you know there's so much left to do that you want to do. Take this knowledge and go forth and take it with you and use it to the best in the best possible way. Um, have fun with it. And get out of this dark thinking of I could always be better. Just accept yourself as you are and realize that nobody's perfect and you're not perfect. I'm not perfect. Let's just accept each other and the fact that as long as we're trying to be as good as we can be, but that we're good enough. And all that matters is love, how we treat each other. So just go and have fun and enjoy yourself. Enjoy the magic of life. Enjoy the magic that you bring to it, and the magic that others bring to your life, because it's unique what each one of us can do. I'm going to pull one more card for you, Virgos. And I will leave you with that. So happy full moon. I hope that it's a happy one. Blessings to you. And I hope that this checkpoint in this eclipse portal is just not too scary and it's not too alarming. And you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine, whatever it is, because you are fine. So it doesn't matter what happens. You're going to be okay because you are good and okay right now. And you will be later on in the future, just like you always have been. You've always found a way to get through it. We have teaching. I pay attention to what life has to teach me. From everywhere, I hear the teachings of truth. I am guided on my path towards unity. It is important for me to be aware that events do not occur at random. Everything is here for me. I welcome it with great simplicity. Teaching. All right, guys. We're all here to teach. We're all here to learn. We're going to teach each other and we're going to learn from each other. So let's do it. Amen. Blessings to you guys.